Hello, my name's Jeff. I'd like to review today the Stagg 26-inch Chau Gong and Stagg 20-inch Wind Gong. I'm kind of new to gongs. I've always wanted one. I remember in high school, we had the gong in the orchestra, and I always thought it was cool, but Pisces and all those different brands back then, ridiculous prices. Now, sitting behind me here is the 26-inch Chau. I opted for a Mike Balter mallet, a lot heavier, more solid than the one that comes with it, even though the one that comes with it works quite well. I just like this one better. It's got a good heavy feel to it, and it really brings out the sound in both of these gongs. I don't know how into gongs you really are. They have a lot of therapeutic use to them, which I didn't even know was there until I started to bang on it. And they just bring out such a wash of calmness, I think, when you play them. And you don't just need to bang these things. You can play. I'll demonstrate a couple different techniques that you can use. I mean, mine by no means are do all and end all, because I'm not a gong player per se, but I'm going to show you a few different things that you can get out of this thing. Obviously, there's different areas, and I would recommend, I read this, and I remember this from back in high school even, my director told me you should always warm up your gong a little bit. Just get it moving, get it vibrating. Don't smack it directly in the middle. That's its tonal focal point. Anywhere off to the edge is fine, but smacking it right dead center, you could easily crack it if you give it a good wallop. I assume that stands true for the wind gong as well, but I'm not sure. There are different types of gongs. The wind gong is generally they're basically just a giant cymbal without a hole in the middle or a bell. But it's very heavy, very thick, and it's got a really sweet tone all its own. But let's just start. I'll start you off with the Chau Gong first. Let me find my mallets here. Got a few different mallet setups that I use on these and other percussion as well. By the way, I'm going to just demonstrate real quick the mallet that comes with it. Not a bad mallet at all. Came dirty, but so is the gong. It's a dirty instrument. That's just warming it up a little bit for you. Of course, it's not as responsive towards the outside with the big mallet. The lathe brilliant section in the middle seems to respond best for really pulling out the volume. But these things are very open to a lot of different sounds, you say. Just drumsticks, plain old drumsticks. You don't think of a gong as something you play with drumsticks, but starting to warm up, giving you some real nice overtones as well. The more you bang on it, it's going to do that. It'll even start to warm up on its own if you're playing drums around it loud enough. So that's kind of what you can get out of the drumsticks. Of course, you can roll on it and all those good. These are Promark, pretty hard mallets here. I use these more for cymbal washes and on drums, hand drums. They work nicely on. They're great for cymbal washes. I play the hand drums with the hand, but they just an alternate sound, as opposed to. But we're not here to review my congas. Anyway. Play around with those, and I've got as much of the actual striking of the gong as you do bring the tone out. Now, anybody that knows a gong, I know you're waiting for this. And this is just, it's a 26 inch, not gigantic, not extremely expensive. I got it through Amazon, got a hell of a deal. They went up, they doubled in price 2 days after I bought the thing. I think they had it on there in an aired price and they noticed it after they sold it to me, but you know, their mistake was my gain. A little over $200. And that does not include the stand. It's a Wuhan stand. A nice stand. That's just for the gong and the mallet, but $200 and some as opposed to $1,000 for a Zildjian. Oh my gosh. But anyway, give you what you've been waiting for on this one anyhow. Get her warming up here a little bit. Now while I'm warming it up, you can hear it. But I'm going to let it get down to where you almost can't hear it, and then I'm just going to bail on it one time. It's warmed up. It's vibrating. It's going well. Now if you're using this in an orchestra setting, you're not going to hear that over any kind of an orchestra. But boy, is there a gong part? All of a sudden there's terror in the crowd. That is sweet, and I hope it didn't distort on this little camera. Okay, now I'm going to jump over here to this other one. This is the wind gong. Sorry for the back to you here. I'll stand up there. This one's not quite as intense, but it's definitely got its purposes. This is more of your calling to dinner gong or announcing the guests are here. Of course, that's with these tiny little mallets. You can use them on it as well. And you know, the other variations of the other mallets that I have as well are very nice. But again, this mallet's made for big gongs, you know, bigger gongs, at least this size. But you know what? It works really sweet on this. I hope I don't knock this over. It's on kind of a rickety stand until I come up with a better arrangement for it. It's not as intense. And also, if you're trying to mute it quickly, the best way to do it's right in the middle. Both hands, boom, you stop it right then and there. Same with the big one. This is, like I say, not as intense, but between the two, you get gong noises with those bad boys. And like I say, for the money you spend on the Staggs, they're B20 alloy, or they advertise them as B20 alloy, which is the same alloy used pretty much in all your high-end cymbals. I've got a Zildjian A Custom here, Rezo Ride, that is, you know, they're one of their top-of-the-line cymbals. Sweet cymbal, B20 alloy. They have their own formula that's got a little bit of other things mixed in, but the basic alloy, the good alloy for cymbals and gongs, is a B20 type alloy. B8 is good, but not as good. It's a lot more copper. These are both B20 alloy gongs. They should hold up well. Very thick, well made, ugly as hell, but beautiful at the same time. That one, like I say, between the two, they're a wonderful reflection on each other. They play well together. I would highly recommend these gongs to anybody that's interested, because like I say, you can spend thousands. I mean, there's an 80-inch Peisty gong that goes for $24,000. You want it? Get it. What the heck? I mean, you need a truck and about 9 people to move it. This thing weighs 18 pounds, I think. No, I don't think it's even that. I think it's 15 plus pounds, and we're looking at about 8 pounds on that one. Not hard to move, not much worse than a cymbal. And if you're a drummer, you're used to hauling gear anyhow. But anyway, that's all for today on these two cymbals. I'm probably gonna give you some other tips on some of their other cymbals. I've always played Zildjian. Zildjian has been my go-to cymbal all my life, and I love them. But you know what? I've just recently been introduced to Stagg, and so far I own 3 or 4 different Stagg splashes and small crashes for my percussion setup. I'm also a drummer, but I use the Zildjian pretty much exclusively on that kit. But the Staggs I'm using around the percussion, and they're sweet. I have no problems with any of them. They're all, you know, they're DH series. Cymbals are all B20 alloy as well. And for the money, I'm telling you, check them out on Amazon or Musician's Friend or any of those joints, you know, that sell Stagg. You're going to get a hell of a price on them compared to your Zildjians and your Pisces and your Xavians and your Meinls. They're all great cymbals, but they're also great prices. These are better priced, and you know, time will tell how they hold up. But for now, I'm extremely happy with what I've got for the money I've got into it. All right, well, till next time, I'm Jeff. Thanks for watching.